Hey, Sandra here from Create in Spain, and today I wanted to do a video on my iPad, as it happens. The reason for that is because I wanted to show you a piece of software, a very cheaply priced app. It's only 79 pence that you can get from the App Store for the iPad, and it's called Touch Image Manipulator. And it's a raster program, but it's really handy if you want to colour in linear images, be it stamps or colouring pages or anything else of that type. Now, for us people with cutters, it's really nice to be able to use digitised stamped images and line drawings and to colour them in and then to cut them out. And for that, you obviously do need a vector file. So the lines, whenever you're going to use them, the lines need to be vectors. You can either import a vector file directly, or you can trace your vector file to trace your raster file to give it the vector outlines. The choice is yours. But in vector software, including Shortcut Slot, Silhouette Studio, Make the Cut, all those sorts of things, the way that the objects are filled in isn't like it would be if you were hand painting it. If you were using an airbrush, for example, to add tinges of colour to things. It's a much more definite, precise form of colouring, frequently in blocks or gradient fills. So for that you need a raster program, and Touch Image Manipulator is one such program that I happen to have. But the reason I particularly like it, and I'm just going to open it up, is that it has a masking feature too, which means that it's a lot easier to colour in the bits that you want to colour in and not to have lots of excess paint hanging around. So when you open the program, on the top left there's a plus sign. The second one along to the right hand side looks like photographs, and that will take you to the images which are stored that you can actually choose from. If the image that you want is not already there, what I suggest you do is email it to yourself and then save it, and then it will put it into the picture file, as it were, and you'll have it. So this is the one that I want to start off with. And if you notice on the top right hand corner, we have some arrows all facing inwards, 4 arrows facing inwards. If you tap that, you can resize the image by, whoops, get that off again. Okay, let's undo, didn't want to do that. Right, if you have it pressed properly, you can actually resize the image by pinching your fingers. Tap the top of the screen again, you get your tool menu back again. So I have my image here and I want to colour it in, and I want to use an airbrush because it gives a lovely diffuse colour to things. But if I do that, I know full well there's no way I'm going to stay within the lines. It's just not going to happen. So what I need to do is mask it. And if you tap on the magic wand and then tap on the area of paper, you see these marching ants come up, and that means you have a mask. Now in this particular case, the bit that it is masked, i.e. protected, are the hearts. And that's the wrong way round. We want to actually colour the hearts, not protect them. So the fourth button along on the top, menu for that one, says invert selection, and that's what you do. So now the hearts can be coloured and the paper around it will not be. So I'm going to go for the airbrush, which is this one down here. And if you hold it when you tap it, you get the menu coming up. And I want the opacity to be down around about 40%, but I want the scale of it, the size of it, to be way up. There we go, nice and big. And I want to change the colour from black. Most definitely I don't want black. So then we paint away with our finger or with a stylus, whatever you choose to use. And we can change the colours by tapping on them, so we can add some different colours in. And I'm just scribbling around here, not paying any great attention to what I'm doing. If you don't like the colour selection on the right hand side, tap on the colour swatch on the top and it will open up a window with the other means of selecting your colour. Now I'm going to go for that one, for example, and oh, there we go. I'm having fun. I love doing this. I could spend hours doing these sorts of things. It's really good fun. There we go. And I think I might add another colour. Oh, I love these blues down here. These are great fun. And I'm going to add some blues. Here we are. And as you probably can't tell, I'm not taking any pains to stay within the lines because I have the mask on, and that's done fine. When you have done that, you might think to yourself, well, okay, that mask is fine, but maybe you want a bit of like a printer's bleed, if you like. And what you can do is you can go to the menu where you choose your invert in the first place. And you have two options at the bottom. You have grow selection or shrink selection. And if you grow selection, it says by 3 pixels. Yeah, that'll be fine. So that has actually grown the selection a bit. And you can do some colouring if you wish. If you shrink it, it will go one way. If you grow it, it goes the other way. So you can choose to give it a bleed, or you can choose to give it a little gap if you wish. The choice is yours. Once you have finished playing around with the design, you go to the top left button, and that puts it into the sort of the design library, if you like, that it has, the whole program has. And then if you want to do anything else with it, at the time you press on the edit, press the one that you want to do something with, and if you've made a big mistake, you can always chuck it in the bin. But you want the one on the left hand side. It's a square with an arrow coming out of it, and if you tap on that one, you can choose save to photo album, email, copy it, you can send it to Twitter and all sorts of things as well. You can do whatever you like. Cancel